So we're going to look at cache again. This one's going to be a little bit different though. It's actually going to take a site. This is just literally going to look at mid control. So there's two ways you can approach this. Number one is you throw a standard connector smoke, something like this. I'll show a couple of ways to throw this in a sec. So you can throw the standard connector smoke. You can then couple that with a highway smoke. I'll also throw this in a sec. So you can throw both them and then run out, and you're either going to have guys stood here pushed up near sandbags or even just running at you. So you could take this, but it's a little bit risky. People with orbs could still stand this corner and kill the first guy and then run into smoke and get away, or be stood holding this corner or whatever. I quite like these two smokes. They work quite often, even though like there is obviously a huge gap between them and stuff. You won't often get people pushing these smokes if you throw them quick enough. And they don't restrict your like push too much. You could still push up here with these smokes down, clear the sandbags, re-smoke this, and then you can start taking highway and looking at taking air. So there's one option, or option two is you throw these smokes. So smoke one, smoke two. Now with that one, you've got obviously a wall going across the middle, separating the T's and the CTs. So that's really handy, say if you want to sneak a few guys into vents to take a B site take. This is why mid's so handy, because you've got options to go B or A. If you can take mid like consistently on T side, you're going to have a way better time than a team that doesn't bother to try and take it, or just only takes it occasionally and gives it up the rest of the rounds. Because once you give up mid, you give up a lot of options. The CTs have a much easier time defending because you're all funneled through either here or here and here. Once you have mid, you give yourself like 1, 2, even maybe 3 more options if you push that deep. So advantage of these smokes is obviously you're completely blocking off the CT vision, and you can get yourself into B dead easy. But the disadvantage is you can't really push them yourself, because it's obviously you'd be running through a smoke. You wouldn't want to be pushing them to try and get into A. You might want to throw them, then get a guy over here and a guy over here, and then when they clear, look at trying to kill the guys over at mid. So you could HE over there, you could molly over there. There's multiple ways you can go about it. So this guy over here could molly the sandbags here. So the way you throw all these smokes is when you spawn, obviously you don't always spawn in the same position, so there's multiple ways to throw the connector smoke that I found. What you can do is you've got these 5 lines right here. So what you want to do is whatever line you're on, you want to correspond the line to the dot on the this lip right here. So if you're on the very left line, you want to be aiming here. If you're on the next one in, aim here, and so on. So say I've spawned right here, I'm probably going to use this line right here, or maybe this line. Then you want to run along this line, aim at that dot, and as you're on the line, just jump through it. It doesn't have to be too accurate, just roughly around that time. They'll all land in the exact same spot. Really simple to throw. Just try it out a couple of times, make sure you get down. So the highway one, you're going to stand only on this very right line. Then what you want to do, you want to run down it, and as you get to the end, you want to flick your aim to this corner right here, and then jump throw. So it's a little bit more difficult, but it's not too difficult with practice. It doesn't have to be exact, as long as it bounces off this wall and then bounces back, hits off the white box, and pops. So this guy on the highway can't actually see over that without jumping. You have to stand on the spool and then start jumping, and obviously you don't want to be doing that. So yeah, this is how you take mid control. The that's obviously, if you're throwing them two, you don't want to be throwing these two. Well, obviously you couldn't unless you had 4 people, but if you did want to throw these two, which I actually really like if you've got a guy that knows them, but you don't always have guys that know these. Like everyone knows a connector smoke of some sort, and then if you just throw the highway one, that's really useful because then straight away you've got them two smokes down. These two would need obviously a little bit more communication. So you want to stand against this wall. You want to aim sort of on like if you've got like a panel here and then a panel here, you sort of want to aim on the opposite side panel, a little bit off center towards the edge. So like probably about a third of the way in the panel, something like that. And then throw. For this one, you want to do the exact same but on the opposite panel, something like this. Just try around with them a few times. Obviously you don't really want to be leaving a gap down this side if you can help it. It's more important to not have a gap down the middle though, and a gap along this edge. So block off this edge, block off the middle, and then hopefully block off here, but don't worry too much about here. Obviously from here there's a lot of different grenades you can throw that are going to help you take mid, but I'll leave you to figure them out yourself. This is mainly just looking at the smokes and kind of pointing out how useful mid is to help you on cache on your T side. So yeah, hopefully this helps. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more.